everyone, it's Jack and Ross from Cultaholic.com. Tom is still on holiday. What do you think he's up to?
I don't care, Jack. I've had a multivitamin and a Barocca this morning, and I'm ready to talk some big issues in the world of professional wrestling. The atmosphere in here is palpable. Cut it with a knife, you could.
Jesus.
Crack on with the headlines. I'm ready for this. Come on.
First of all, Stone Cold Steve Austin believes that he could have one more match. Secondly, AEW and Fite TV have announced AEW Plus. And finally, a United States Championship match has been made for next week's Raw premiere. So, first and foremost, let's talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin, because on Tuesday's episode of his Podcast One show, The Steve Austin Show, he did say that in theory, he could have one more match.
This is massive.
This is massive.
This is massive.
In theory.
He's not promised anything at all,
no.
But he said there might be a chance. So we're going to latch onto that with all of our hopes and dreams.
The quote is, although the risks are always there, just because I think of all the surgeries I had, where I had the spinal stenosis and getting the bone spur taken off my spinal cord, I'm in a good place. Nerves are feeling a lot better than they used to, which is strange. I didn't realise that would be an issue for Austin.
Well, they say if you don't get nervous, Jack, just give it up.
Oh, right,
Passion's gone.
True. So, in theory, could I have a match? In theory,
oh, maybe he
yes.
means like nerves in the spine.
Oh God, of course he does.
Sorry.
Oh, we're so stupid. No, I also was like, no, I feel so stupid. The nerves are feeling a lot better than they used to. So, in theory, could I have a match? In theory, yes. Do you think, though? Well, first of all, do you think this will happen?
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't care who you are. If they come to you and say, here's several $1 million for 20 minutes work, you're going to say yes, aren't you? But yeah. I don't know if I want to see it. Just in case, I know he's in fantastic shape. You see him on Raw last week. The veins are popping out of his arms. But just in case, it's bad and it ruins everything.
That was going to be my next question. Do you think it should happen? And I agree. I don't think it should, especially because we had like Shawn Michaels' perfect retirement from wrestling at WrestleMania 26. The story was excellent. You couldn't have asked for more. And then it sort of has become a little bit diluted because he came back for that match against Kane and Undertaker. And Austin as well, I think, is one of those ones who I enjoyed his last match in terms of even though no one knew he was retiring at the time, it was a nice send-off. He lost to The Rock.
Maybe that's why he'll do it, because nobody did know at the time it was his last match. He might get the ovation he was craving for, perhaps.
I don't know if he was craving it though.
I know, that's what I'm saying as well.
I think he seems much cooler than that.
Is he the only sort of big name that has retired and stayed retired? I can't think of another one.
In the modern, I'm sure there's historic examples.
Yeah, but from the last sort of 20 years, everyone comes back.
I can't think of anyone.
That would be tarnished as well.
Yeah, I don't want him to wrestle again. And then also, how old is he now? He's in his 50s, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in his early 50s, yeah.
So it's not going to be as good as we'd expect from a lost match.
Just put him in the ring against someone like Ricochet, who can just run rings around him. Don't have him against Goldberg. We don't want to see 50-year-olds against 50-year-olds, because that just doesn't work. We don't want to repeat of the Undertaker match. But I'd be... Oh, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I'm
glad that he's feeling good. I'm glad he's feeling better. But I don't think the fact that he said in theory a lot. I don't know if he even wants to. But why is he bringing it up then?
Maybe Vince backstage at Raw a couple of weeks ago was like, "Hey, pal."
Maybe he's just gotten the bug. Maybe from being in the ring, he's like, I missed the wrestling business.
It must be hard, yeah. Well, he said himself it took him 3 years or something to get over it, like retirement. So maybe. I don't know.
Next up, non-US viewers have got a lot to learn about the AEW TV deal, because details emerged yesterday to a big and varied response on social media. I think it's fair to say some people weren't happy. Some people were then saying oh no, it's actually the best they could do. It's been a bit of a confusing one, so let's go through it. AEW Plus will provide live and replay access to fans in the UK, Ireland, Australia, Japan, Italy, Spain, Chile, Brazil, and the Middle East to AEW Dynamite on a subscription basis, as well as an a la carte option. Sounds like a restaurant.
Yes.
So AEW Plus is going to be on Fite TV, and basically it's going to cost $4.99 a month, and you get, the live 2-hour show and also on-demand replay access as well.
And more stuff.
Oh!
There's going to be more exclusive shows as part of that, apparently, but we don't know what they are.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm sure that, to be fair, if there's one thing we can already tell that AEW do quite well, it's the extra stuff.
Yes.
That always seems to be quite good.
Don't put Being the Elite on there. That would be a bad PR move.
Yeah, keep that
Create new original content. How would you feel about this? Because the way the announcement played out last night left a very sour taste in everybody's mouth, because somehow the ITV scheduling guy came out with an announcement before this announcement which said that AEW in the UK at least would be on a Sunday morning at 8:20 in the morning.
On ITV4.
Obviously ITV4. That is a number of days after a Wednesday. You can't avoid spoilers in this day and age. That was a bad thing, especially as well if you're going to hang your hat on this 8:20 in the morning show. It's not going to be the same show that aired on the Wednesday night because that's TV 14. ITV on a Sunday morning is going to be heavily edited.
Yes, it is going to be. Yeah, it will be edited. And also, if they're counting on having quite a young demographic as well, a lot of people aren't going to be up at 8:20 on a Sunday morning. A lot of people want to have a lie-in of that age.
But I get the feeling, having sat back and thought about it a bit, something might have fallen through because you look at the United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, Japan, Italy, Spain, Chile, Brazil, and the Middle East. That's a lot of countries to give one TV deal to.
Right.
Normally, these companies have like separate TV deals, like Sky, well, WWE, for example, with Sky for the last 30 years, whatever, moving to BT. They're not on Sky everywhere else. They have individual channels everywhere in the world. So I'd say this is a startup company who have put this in as a temporary measure before they eventually work themselves to individial TV deals around these countries.
That does make sense.
Hopefully, I'm right there. I'm just making up stuff.
But if that is the case, then I can understand why. Then this fight thing's a good thing.
Yes.
And also when I was walking in with Owen today into the office, our editor and my housemate, he was saying that he read somewhere that it's very difficult to work out, like, in a similar vein to your point, like commercial breaks and stuff are going to all be different everywhere, and it's just really hard to work out, especially for like a brand new TV show too.
That's where the individual TV deal comes in, because a lot of people were upset with Tony Khan's reason for this is that it was the adverts that were going to be the massive issue, which meant they couldn't do what Sky do, for example. But Sky do what they do, but it's obviously you have to sell. I don't know how, I'm not a TV expert, I don't know how things work behind the scenes, but apparently, according to Sam Driver, who knows a lot of things, by the way, you need to sell adverts for a particular show. Because I just thought with it being ITV, they've got a stockload of adverts that can just insert them when they need to in the show when they air it live on ITV at 1 o'clock in the morning. But apparently that's not the case. You need to sell the adverts for the show. That might be an issue for professional wrestling in the UK, as we saw in World of Sports. That didn't turn up very well. Maybe the audience isn't there that they think it is.
Maybe they were counting on a better deal from ITV than this Sunday morning ITV4 slot.
That's why I think something's fallen through.
But ITV were like, last time we had wrestling on, it didn't quite go to plan. Yeah, maybe.
It does seem like this is a last-minute sort of temporary fix for a lot of places before something better is worked out later on down the line, but obviously they can't announce that yet.
Yeah.
Because nothing's set in stone, allegedly. I'm just speculating here. But I think a lot of it, the ill will towards this deal, comes from a quote from Cody Rhodes at StarCast before the Double or Nothing show, where he said, WWE's TV deal in the UK sucks compared to ours, and we haven't had a single show yet.
Well, that's not true anymore. It's not really true anymore.
I know.
WWE's TV deal's probably better.
That's why I think something's probably fallen through.
Right.
You wouldn't say that with what they've offered so far, would you?
No, you wouldn't. When did he say that?
It started May.
Oh, right, Double or Nothing.
But I get, for us, I know it's all these countries in one, but for us in the UK, my initial thought was like, oh no, it's another subscription. Because obviously in the UK, if you can watch WWE, that means you're either paying for Sky or you're paying for Virgin.
Right.
Or is it BT as well? I don't know if they have a TV station, the TV network as well. So why not just put it on the thing that everyone's already paying for instead of charging more?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I
don't think it's as bad as everyone's making out, but it's certainly not as good as what's like back in May that Cody Rhodes was talking about. So
yeah, I mean at the same time, the deals they are AEW Plus on Fite TV, $4.99 a month dollars. And you get the show live, replays, and extra bits too. So that's not, I mean, if you just look at it like that and forget all the TV aspect, that's all right. It seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if, I'm guessing you don't get the big shows as well.
No, you have to pay for them as well.
Wrestling. Now let's go and talk about the Raw premiere next week, because it's a season premiere.
It's the season premiere of the longest weekly episodic running television show in history. Why do they have to make things up that don't exist?
I don't know, but one thing that does exist, that was a bit of a Tom Campbell transition there, but one thing that does exist...
Not my words, but the man's of a man who exists.
Is a match next week on that episode of Raw, which is for the United States Championship, and it's a rematch between AJ Styles and Cedric Alexander.
He's been buried!
No, don't, right, look, I'm not saying that, like, Meltzer was totally right when he said that Cedric had been buried and everything, or his source, or whoever told him that, but I did think the booking of Cedric at SummerSlam was really... Clash of Champions was really weird. Yeah,
everyone did. No one saw the squash match coming. It was a shock, especially after Cedric defeated AJ.
The bit that got me was the picking up of the shoulders.
Yes.
1, 2. No.
You don't do that to a person you're building up,
no.
surely. But I guess it did make Styles look dominant. But yeah, the squash match nobody saw coming.
And then he got beaten up afterwards.
Yes.
Then he got beaten up on Raw.
Yes.
But I was relieved to see on this week's Raw, he got a measure of revenge.
He got a win.
Sort of. He attacked AJ.
Yeah, he was in the 6-man as well, wasn't he? With the War Raiders against the OC.
this week.
No, that was a tag team match, but it wasn't a six-man match.
This week, AJ got ejected from ringside.
Yes,
and as he was making his way up the ramp, Cedric jumped him.
It all blurs into one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But Cedric's now got another, I guess. He's got one over on AJ again after being supposedly buried. And this is going to lead to another match, which I don't think that Cedric's going to win.
I mean, there's no better time for it, isn't it?
No.
The season premiere, bigger than normal Raw. We've got the new set probably, and pyro, and a new logo, new start, new era, all that malarkey. I can't wait for them to say new era 60 times an hour. So why not put it on? It needs to be a competitive match this time around, because if it's another squash match, in terms of the US title and AJ Styles, Cedric is done.
Yeah. Also announced for the show is Brock Lesnar, and he of course will be appearing on SmackDown, not on Tuesday, but on Friday on Fox, where he's going to take on Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship.
He's going to win, isn't he?
Yes, I think he's going to win. I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's a bad move. It's a big newsworthy moment.
I mean, certainly judging by the Clash of Champions crowd, Kofi's reign has had its time, because he got booed a little bit, more than a little bit. It was horrible to see.
Not his fault.
I know, but he's been, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. It's not his fault that his reign has been largely against Dolph Ziggler. Who else has it been against? Randy Orton. It's not the best challenges, is it really? Not
the most cutting-edge challenges, no. But Lesnar showing up on that SmackDown, as are Hogan and Ric Flair.
And apparently The Rock, I saw rumours this morning, yeah.
Wow.
It was on TalkSport, so I guess they would know.
Well, Flair and Hogan have been confirmed for Miz TV. That segment, I just cannot wait. I think that's going to be very interesting.
I hope it just ends with the Fiend just wiping out Hogan.
Yeah, that's got to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Wipe him out by the knees.
And when's the draft? Not yet.
The draft is October the 11th. That's a Friday SmackDown, and October the 14th is the Monday Raw.
Excellent stuff. Right. That's
digest this Fite TV thing a bit more.
Are you
scared for the backlash?
Towards AEW?
No, for what I've just said there. Fans might lynch me.
Why?
Just because I don't agree with my opinion.
No, it'll be fine, I'm sure. It'll be alright. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I don't have an outro. Here's the... Oh, have you done a news with Tom yet?
No.
He does this thing at the end of the news where he goes like, I don't have an outro. Here's Adam Pacitti in an ill-fitting shirt, and then it goes to Pacitti's outro. But Tom does have an outro now, so it's fine.
Does he? Oh, congratulations. He doesn't have one of these, though. I've got one of these.
Heat.
Todd.
Heat.
My man.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments section down below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter at Cultaholic and on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, then please do check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic, where you can pledge. And don't forget, of course, most importantly of all, to hit subscribe and to join us.